What is happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving back into more Michigan craft beer coming from the way up the UP. Guys, it's Keweenaw Brewing Company. I don't know why I've never reviewed this on the channel. I really haven't visited much from Keweenaw, and I do appreciate their beer because they've actually been producing beer for quite some time. I don't know, it says 2005 or 2003, I can't really tell on the can. And that actually seems like way longer than I would have guessed, because what you have really up in the UP is a lot of craft beer drinkers, truly. I mean, you have one of my favorites, which is Black Rocks, but that's in Marquette. You have a number of others, but Keweenaw is up over even further to the west, and then north. It's by Houghton, really. And you really... It's not even in Houghton, it's in South Range, Michigan. So I've wanted to go there. I just have never made time. It's on my list to visit, guys. It really is an awesome place. I've heard a lot of good things about Keweenaw, especially beer-wise. We know we like Keweenaw Brewing in even the lower part of Michigan. So what we have today is the infamous Red Jacket. Been around a long time. I think I've had this before. And if I have, it's been many, many years since I've tried this, guys, so this is going to be basically a rookie review with you guys, because I do not remember breaking this down or even remotely the notes that came to mind when I think of this beer. And did I like it? Did I not like it? I don't remember. So I'm going to go with, if I had it, it was a long time ago. We never reviewed it on the channel. Let's get into it. So it's an amber ale, but I thought it was fitting because we have a medium-bodied and lightly hopped beer, but this classic Oktoberfest style, which I never thought this was an Oktoberfest style, is brewed in tribute to the Red Jacket mind of what is now Calumet, and to the glory days of the copper industry in the Keweenaw Peninsula. So way up there in the Upper Peninsula, the Keweenaw Peninsula, that was known for the copper mining industry. So that's enough background. You guys get it, but a lot of people do really look for this beer. I think they're really well known for their Widowmaker, their black IPA. Again, I've had it, but it's been a long time since I've had anything from Keweenaw. And on this channel, we talk about Michigan beer, so why are we slacking here, guys? Let's get into this. And before I do, 7/29 is the canned on date, and today is September 2nd, time of recording. So not super fresh, but not so old. It's not going to matter too much, I don't think. And I think this is like $9.99 for a 6-pack, good value and availability. So let's get into this one. But weird, I never thought this was like an Oktoberfest style. Strange. So, I mean, it is. It's like a caramely orange amber, and there's more over here. There's I mean, there's salmon, dark, copper, dark, ruby red kind of mixture going on. It's amber. It's caramely orange. It's fruit fly season, so they're in my beer already. They just freaking flock to this, guys. Crazy. Let's get an aroma on the Red Jacket. Actually smells really light. What's the ABV? Did we even say the ABV? Oh, you don't tell me the ABV, really? You're gonna pull this on me? Okay, we don't know the ABV of the Red Jacket because I didn't look it up beforehand. I might look it up because I'm not playing this game today. I'm going to look this up probably. So guys, we don't know the ABV. I imagine it's not crazy. It's not going to be more than like 6%, I wouldn't think. But again, we have this like amber ale that it does look the part, but then they mentioned this Oktoberfest, which I never knew. I never ever saw that. But the smell is good. It's clean. There's citrus sweetness. Not citrus. There is caramel sweetness, pardon me. But I mean, there is like some sort of like fruity, like that's why I was going with citrus. It's like a fruity pebble sweetness. It's kind of weird. It's certainly caramel toffee, a little bit of like robust kind of like, I'm saying citrus, but I don't think it is. There's just a subtle, like, sweet malty factor that comes into this. It does smell like an amber, but it smells like sweeter, a little bit more layers added to this than a normal amber. That just seems a little different. Like, I'm throwing, like, the citrus, like, fruity pebbles thing out. I don't know if that's what it is. But, guys, we'll dive in. It's the Red Jacket. Let's not get too ridiculous here. Cheers. That is sweet. Okay, no wonder I'm thinking like Fruity Pebbles. Like, yeah, it's not really Fruity Pebbles, guys, but when I'm talking about how sweet and the layer of caramel that's in here, I'm saying it is like a caramel sweetness, Fruity Pebble sweetness kind of mixed together. It really much is that. As far as Oktoberfest, it's got that maltiness a little bit, you know, it's got that feel, but I wouldn't say that this is like reminding me of an Oktoberfest beer. I guess you could like make it pass as one, but it's a very sweet amber. It's got this earthy kind of graininess to it, but again, that sweetness really dominating the palate. I'm actually shocked on how sweet this is. It feels very old school. This feels like an old beer, if that makes any sense. I think this is one of their older beers that they've produced over the years. It feels very much that. It's so rich and sweet and malty. It's just got this old feel to it that really doesn't reminisce anything in the new school, new age. There is a little bit of hoppiness on the back end as you get into this. There's a little tinge of like aluminum. I get the aluminum can kind of coming into play as well. Like, I want to like this more, but I feel like the sweetness is really overbearing and it's trying to come down a little bit and your palate adjust, or your palate's trying to adjust, but it is struggling a little bit. Like caramel sweetness for days, Fruity Pebble sweetness, just adding into that caramel sweetness, this nice malty level, but it's not like a roasty malt, it's a sweet, you know, again, I'm using that term Fruity Pebbles, really laying into the palate. A little bit of earthy floral on the back end, just a touch. And there's just a touch of hoppiness. Like there is a reminiscent like feel of Oktoberfest somewhere, a little bit of the hoppy level underneath everything. But it's pretty far from an Oktoberfest in my opinion. I guess you could get away with this, saying it is one. But again, amber ale, definitely old school amber ale with a little bit more caramel sweetness and added sweetness on the side. Do I like this? Yeah, I like drier beers. I like drier ambers. I know they're malty and sweet at times, but this one is just a little too sweet for me. And again, it feels old school, and I'm not saying that's bad, but it does feel a little old school, out of my realm. A little bit of hoppy zip coming in on the back end. It starts to taste a little bit more like an Oktoberfest as you drink it. But there's no doubt it's an amber ale, and it's a sweet one at that. So guys, yeah, Red Jacket, I'm going to go with a 3.65 out of 5. Like, just not terrible. Not my favorite style. Not my favorite concoction or recipe of an amber ale. So I love anything craft beer in Michigan. But guys, yeah, this one, not my favorite, not my go-to. So 3.65 out of 5. It's been the Red Jacket from Keweenaw Brewing Company. Thank you guys so much for being here. And if you're going to pour a beer, pour Michigan beer.